There's a great need out there, and it's getting greater all the time. More and more families are coming through our door in need of help.
They do such great things, and they answer a need in this community that wouldn't be answered otherwise.
If it hadn't been for Volunteers of America, I feel like I would have been lost as a parent.
They gave me the stability in order to become who I am right now.
In this day of age now, people really need the help. And I think that there are many, many people who really rely on the Volunteers of America. I only make so much on Social Security. I've got to watch my rent, my PUD bill, my telephone. This is why sometimes a lot of us seniors really need the help. And Volunteers of America, well, they're very important for low-income people. And they really try their best to give you the nutrition and the food that you need to have. They bring the food in boxes, and they unpack it for you. I like to see them when they come because they're very friendly. They're very friendly people. If I happen to run out of money and I need some food, a lot of the things that they give me is the things that I really need. Volunteers of America is a place to turn for seniors who really need their help. And I think what they do is a wonderful thing.
My name is Melissa. I currently attend Edmonds Community College. I'm a year into my ATA for accounting. Describing my life right now is excellent, actually. From what it was to what it is now is a huge turnaround.
My mom's a genuine person. When she puts her mind to something, she does it. Except for the years that she went downhill. Yeah. And then she just kind of lost everything for a minute. My mom lost her job after my grandpa died. There's just a lot of stress going on. It was hard for her to maintain a healthy lifestyle.
I had a drug and alcohol problem, so that kept getting worse. The worse my life got, the worse the addiction got.
It affected everything about her personality. And she didn't feel alive to me anymore. We went from living in one house to living in a couple different apartments, moving back to a house again, and then basically living out of a storage unit. I think that was probably our final dropping point, and then we became completely homeless.
I don't like to ask for help, but I realized not asking for help got me where I was. It got me absolutely nothing.
The influence that she was making on me wasn't the best. And she realized she needed to fix it. Went out and said, you know what, I'm gonna do it.
So, put myself in a alcohol treatment center.
VOA's helped a lot more than I could ever imagine. I didn't think any of this was possible until they stepped in. It's putting her back into a healthy lifestyle. It's putting me back into a healthy lifestyle. And it's all the help we could ask for and more.
If it hadn't have been for Volunteers of America, I would still be out in the streets, living the street lifestyle, instead of bettering myself. But now I can say, we're going home, and it's truly home. Life is great right now. And getting better.
My son his name is Jacob. He's 2.5. Very energetic, totally boy. So the next morning, woke up to Jacob in his room, got him, came downstairs and found his dad had hung himself. You know, I had to call 911 and call his family. Somebody I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with. You know, Jake was with me when we found him, so I felt like I needed to do something for Jacob. He was having nightmares. He'd wake up 3 or 4 times in the middle of the night just screaming for his daddy. I didn't know how to deal with something so major with such a little guy.
If a child is not helped to process their grief, it can turn into a pathological grief that exhibits really more symptoms later. We see kids with very low frustration tolerance, aggression issues, kind of masking sort of the inner chaos that's going on.
So I was looking for any place that would take Jacob or help him with the situation. Most people don't start talking to kids until they're 5. Well, a lot could happen between 1 or, birth and 5 years old. And I was so frustrated that nobody would help us. Nobody would even contemplate even seeing him. She works with children, who've been through traumatic experiences. And I was like, oh my gosh, finally somebody to believe me.
If we can address developmental issues and social and emotional issues with children at a young age, they become empowered, healthy, successful, and they're actually less likely to need additional community services when they're older because they've gotten what they need initially, and then they can actually become more part of the solution themselves.
To give him the tools now, maybe, will better help him in his future, I hope.
His mother can feel confident that she's done everything possible to support her child, and that even when life gives us some pretty hard hits, that we can make it through.
If it hadn't been for Cynthia and Volunteers of America, I feel like Jacob and I would probably still be searching for somebody to help us. And I wish that there were more people like that out there, like her, to help people like me, because there are a lot of children who've lost parents and need guidance, need support, not just for themselves, but for their children.
Well, Volunteers of America are really important to us because we rely on a lot of things that they do for us. It's really good that somebody like them are there to help us.
It was a relief to know that somebody was out there helping.
Volunteers of America is a place to turn when people like me need help getting back on their feet.
It's important to give everybody a second chance. VOA does that.
Today, more than ever, Volunteers of America really needs your support.
You wouldn't want to live in a community where nobody cared about each other. It would be chaos. It would be cold. It would be lonesome.
I just know in my heart that they're all good people in this community, and we all want to help our neighbor. And I think Volunteers of America is the organization where we can count on that job getting done.